What's up? We're back here with another one for today. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to do this video. I know I'm a little late, but guess what? Y'all getting this today. Yeah, I'm gonna post it in 2 hours. Got y'all. But first, we're gonna get right into it. All I'm gonna say is, if y'all see the title of the video, y'all already know what I'm doing. I had a debate with my homeboy. I had a debate with my friend. So, we had a big debate at Buffalo Wild Wings. Because listen, don't get me wrong. LeBron is tough. I never hated on LeBron. LeBron's one of the best players that ever lived. You dig what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm going to tell y'all he's not better than the GOAT, Michael Jordan. He's right under Michael Jordan, but he's not better than Michael Jordan. You dig what I'm saying? And I got reasons why. One, he couldn't go 6 for 6. 2, Michael Jordan is just a different breed. Like if somebody score Michael Jordan and talk trash, he's gonna make sure he score every single bucket. LeBron wanna pass, don't wanna go to the rack. Michael Jordan dunked on any and everybody. But look, we're gonna look at this video.
Today's
right
video
here.
is sponsored
Shout
by
out to,
Squarespace,
yeah,
the all-in-one website building platform to help you run your business.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Get right to it.
Made me the greatest player of all time. Greatest player of all time.
Michael Jordan's been widely known as the greatest basketball player of all time for really the last 30 years. And no one has ever come as close to challenging that title in the eyes of fans and
LeBron is beating his records because LeBron is been in the league a little. It's gonna be in the league way longer than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, like I forgot what age he retired, but LeBron is still going crazy.
media more than LeBron James. And while LeBron has made a great case for the argument,
oh, I forgot to say, strap up, pause, grab some snacks. You know what I'm saying? The best cereal out in the game. Grab some snacks. Let's watch this.
also the real reasons as to why LeBron James will never and can never be the GOAT. And let's start things off by understanding the fact that MJ played in the league that was in favor of big men. And with things like hand checking and players having the ability to be much more aggressive and play.
That's what I was telling Galen. You can do all that back then. Yo, look how physical this was, bro. Look how, I think if LeBron was back then yes, he'll be more powerful, he'll be more stronger because he had to really fight through that. But, bro, look at how the league was, bro. The league is way different. And if y'all want to debate, bro, we can debate in the comments. And I'm going to post this on my Instagram for sure. We can debate all day.
Play a lot rougher than they do now. And then almost right after he left the league, both of those things changed. And the game has evolved into a much faster paced style built for perimeter players to exceed, which is why we've seen a lot less traditional big men in the game today. But with that being said, let's look at some of the most common basic arguments that are made with the fact that LeBron is bigger, stronger, faster, a better rebounder, and a better passer than Michael Jordan. And all of those things are definitely true. But that's also the same exact argument you can make towards a guy like Russell Westbrook being better than Steph Curry. I mean, Russ averages a triple-double, he's much faster, stronger, and a better athlete. But we all know that Steph is the better player. So right off the bat, those things can build onto James' case, but they don't make or break an argument. But with that being said, LeBron may have the better overall game, but MJ's a far better scorer and defender than James ever was. Which will lead us into looking at both of these guys' careers in the regular season. Jordan was a 10-time scoring champion, a 9-time member of the All-Defensive First Team, and a 3-time steals leader. And he had one of the most underrated feats in NBA history, winning the Defensive Player of the Year award.
Come on, yo! That don't lie. Stats don't lie, Galen. Stats don't lie, bro. Look, bro. 10 scoring. 1, 9, 5, 1, 1, 3. Bro, I'm not saying LeBron is a great player, bro. But it's the facts right here. That's why LeBron is not better.
Which only himself.
Be better than Michael Jordan, bro. Look what he did, yo. Look what he did.
and David Robinson have ever done. And if you compare this to LeBron James, who's only won 1 scoring title, 5 all-defensive first teams, and never led the league in steals. And while we're here, let's not forget to mention the fact that MJ has the highest career points per game average with 30.1 for his entire career, while LeBron's still sitting at 27.
His whole career, bro.
2 points a game. And even though James has been the more efficient scorer and Jordan's been the better overall scorer, scoring efficiently means nothing unless it equates to more wins, which it hasn't. And on top of all this is ignoring the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, the rules now are built for offensive players to thrive and for players to get fouls for pass and gas. So even with all of that, these numbers are still skewed heavily in LeBron's favor. And then on the defensive end, we will give it up to LeBron for his ability to guard more positions than Jordan, but even with that, he's still thought of as a far worse defender. So with all the rebounding, assists, defense, steals, and points scored, it led to LeBron winning 4 MVPs compared to the 5 that Jordan's won. With all that being said, within the time they played, it's clear that Jordan's been much more dominant in the regular season. And then you have people that say that one of the reasons LeBron is the greatest of all time is because of the effect that he has on his team. And the fact that when he left Cleveland both times and the Heat, they were a much worse team the season after. While when Jordan retired, his team still nearly made the NBA Finals. Now this is something that people hear and they go look it up and it turns out to be true, so they believe it. But they ignore the fact of how much LeBron's teams were constructed just for him. Because if...
You heard that, Galen? And you talking about, oh, they had a better team. Bro, he just said it right there, bro. He just said it. Michael Jordan left and his team was still doing good. When LeBron left, they were doing trash.
If LeGM's wanted a player, he's gotten him. I mean, in his first run in Cleveland, they were one of the top teams in the league. And once he left, they became one of the worst until he came back. But I mean, when the centerpiece of your franchise leaves with 0 notice, they're obviously going to turn out to be terrible. And then he goes to the Heat and does his thing, and when he leaves, they win 17 less games, even with Wade and Bosh still on the roster. But let's not forget how they assembled their roster within that time. They got nearly every available stretch 4 they could find, and as many solid centers and perimeter shooters that they could find to stick out on the 3-point lines to stretch the floor, with guys like Rashard Lewis, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, James Jones, and Mike Miller. And when mostly all of those guys left the same season that LeBron did, the next year the Heat had a much different roster, which would obviously make the team play worse. And then most recently he left the Cavs, and they went from the NBA Finals to one of the worst teams in the league this season. But again, let's not forget how they lost Kyrie and didn't get much in return, and then traded half their roster halfway through the season to try and find players that fit better with LeBron. So again, when you completely fit your roster around one guy, and then he leaves, it's not surprising for them to do terrible afterwards. And he did bring that team to the finals, so we do gotta give him credit. But it seems like he's a lot better at making bad teams great, and Jordan was better at making his great team a championship team. So
Michael Jordan made everybody else great. I'm not saying, yo, LeBron, I'm not trying to say LeBron is not tough, yo. My fault, I hit the mic, that's probably... I'm not saying LeBron is not tough. LeBron is a monster. But look how the impact LeBron had on his team. No, look at the impact that Michael Jordan had on his team compared to LeBron. Like...
One of the reasons the Bulls were still so good after Jordan left was because Pippen was in his prime and playing like an MVP, and because the team wasn't built for only Jordan to succeed.
Right.
But now that we've brought up talk of the
I ain't gonna
NBA
lie, but that is true. Michael Jordan coach was 10 times better than LeBron coach. That's all I'm gonna say.
Finals, let's look at both of these guys' finals appearances. Michael Jordan is 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Himself and Scottie Pippen led the Bulls to beating Magic Johnson and the Lakers, Clyde Drexler and the Blazers, the Charles Barkley-led Suns, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp and the Supersonics, and the Karl Malone and John...
Bro, Galen, right there. Bro, what team do LeBron gotta beat now, bro? He just named 4 to 5 teams, bro. I don't know how many teams it was. It was like 3 to 4 teams, bro. Look what, LeBron got to beat. He had to beat the Steph Curry era when Steph Curry was shooting all that. That's the only team he had to beat, bro. Michael Jordan had to beat. He had to beat.
Led Suns,
1,
Gary Payton,
2,
Sean Kemp and the Supersonics, and the Karl
3,
Malone and John Stockton Utah Jazz twice. And people say that he couldn't win without Scottie Pippen, which he couldn't have. But on the other hand, we have LeBron James, who had to team up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade before he could win one. He did make the finals on that original Cavs team, but got swept by the Spurs. So again, he deserves credit for that. But then he would join the Heat, and with two other superstars get beat by the 2011 Dallas Mavericks. And not only that, LeBron James completely collapsed under the pressure and was outscored in the NBA Finals by Jason Terry, who came off the bench for the entire series. And then he would come back and beat the Westbrook Harden.
Listen, yo, listen. Michael Jordan would never. But all I'm gonna say, if y'all want a part 2 to this, yo, like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all already know. Get this video to 10 likes. On the road to 200 subscribers, yo. Come on, yo. Bro. Galen. Run up. Run up.
Get them bands now, run it up. Get them bands now, run it up. Stack my bands now, run it up.